African country leaders are continuing to show their interest in joining the BRICS economic bloc as a means of opening up their economies to new opportunities. The BRICS alliance includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, representing a quarter of the global economy and more than 40% of the world's population. The group is seen as a new power in international affairs, especially as debates around UN reforms and new global orders emerge. African countries that have shown interest in joining the BRICS include Algiers, Argentina, Bahrain, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Iran, Egypt, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Sudan, Syria, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe. The BRICS alliance has also received interest from over a dozen countries, as stated by Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister of Russia, who believes that oil-rich Arab nations could also join the group and forge partnerships with the 8-nation Shanghai Cooperation Organization.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called for the regime to stand fully ready with nuclear attacks to deter war, in a remark made during a military drill over the weekend. The North state-led Korean Central News Agency reported on Monday morning that North Korean troops on Saturday and Sunday trained to improve their nuclear attack skills in a 2-day course. Kim Jong-un oversaw the training and again brought his daughter along, who seems to be Kim Jong-un's protege. Kim added in his statement that simply having nuclear weapons is no longer enough to deter war. The North must strike fear to enemies by becoming ready with its nuclear attacks. And on Sunday morning, North Korea fired another short-range ballistic missile from Cheolsanggun, Pyeongbuk-do province off toward the EC as part of its training, KCNA said. It added that the missile achieved its target by flying 800 kilometers to blow up 800 meters above the sea.
West Asia is experiencing swift changes in its regional order. While Iran and Saudi Arabia had signed a peace pact with China's mediation, it now seems Syria and the UAE are looking at improving ties as well. Syrian President Bashar al-Assad met with President Sheikh Mohammed in Abu Dhabi on Sunday. Now, this is the second time Assad has visited UAE since 2011, when Gulf states had backed rebels who were fighting to overthrow Assad. Now, with the UAE president inviting Assad, Syria is hoping to be back in the League of Arab Nations. The meeting indicates easing up in the isolation of Damascus and its return into the Arab fold. Meanwhile, Iran and Iraq have signed a security cooperation pact. The pact is expected to have an impact on reducing unwanted security challenges for the nations. Recently, the Turkish foreign minister also met with his Egyptian counterpart in Cairo. The meeting took place with the aim to restore diplomatic relations between the two countries at the highest level. Ties are improving between countries in West Asia through high-level diplomacy. First, a deal between Iran and Saudi, then Iran's security agreement with Iraq, followed by Turkey restoring ties with Egypt, and now Syria and UAE enhancing security and cooperation. All this together points towards a new regional order that is increasingly becoming independent of American influence.
Mexico, the second largest economy in South America after Brazil, has considered a possible partnership with the BRICS countries, being an important country for the group in several aspects. Mexico is a strategic partner for these countries as it is geographically close to the United States and has a strong economic relationship with its neighbor to the north. Mexico is the second largest economy in Latin America after Brazil, and it has a population of more than 120 million people. In addition, Mexico is a member of the Pacific Alliance, which is a regional trade agreement that includes Chile, Colombia, and Peru. This agreement has been praised for its openness to foreign investment and for promoting economic integration in the region. BRICS countries have expressed interest in working with the Pacific Alliance, and Mexico's participation in this group could provide an opportunity for closer economic ties with BRICS.
2012 and our special forces are on patrol in Afghanistan.
What? Leave!
And it's all caught on their own camera. A trooper encounters an Afghan man and shoots him. What followed was a 2-year war crime investigation, today resulting in former trooper 41-year-old Oliver Schultz being arrested in Cooma and charged with the war crime of murder. Another member of the Special Forces has been quick to jump to his defence.
I would just call for calm
to allow this guy and his family the presumption of innocence and due process through our judicial system.
An Australian court will now have to examine what were the circumstances in the wheat field that day in Uruzgan province, and were they within the rules of engagement. This is the first war crime charge to be brought against one of our soldiers fighting in Afghanistan. A special investigative team, the OSI, was established to examine more than 20 incidents of potential wrongdoing between 2005 and 2016. And those inquiries are continuing. As for Oliver Schiltz, he was awarded a medal for gallantry for serving his country. Now he's facing life imprisonment if convicted of a war crime on the battlefield.